So now we're starting, and this is Beth, and Beth is doing an outline for her paper. And what she's going to start with is she's going to do a pretty traditional beginning on this. It looks like she's putting her topic right at the top to maintain a little bit of focus. Now, the next part of her outline is that she's going to discuss, or she's going to put down in this sentence here, what is going to kind of open the essay. It looks like she's working on outlining the introduction to the paper, the topics that she's going to cover that she thinks are going to be helpful. Look, she's going to start with a background. And when she thinks of when she starts with the background, she has to remind herself that it's going to be when product placement first appeared, or also what people thought of it when it first came out, so we have a little historical understanding of product placement. Now she's going to think about some of the other topics that she's going to talk about, and if you remember in the research that we did, different audiences turned up, and this made Beth really interested. She thinks that there's, in terms of being influenced, we have the influence of adults, we have the influence for teens, and we have influence on children of product placement. So that's a pretty nice way to organize one's thoughts on that. But if you remember in the research, it also talked about venues. And Beth is going to get to that part right here. She's talking about how it turns up on TV, how it turns up in movies, and how it turns up in video games, because you remember that from the research also. Now, Beth's choice at this point, you'll notice that she's got two distinct things to think about here. One is audience, and one is venues. So she has to decide, how is she going to focus this paper? Is she going to focus it on venue, or is she going to focus on the influence? And this is going to be part of the further idea of how she decides to outline this. Remembering, of course, that when it looks like she's going to talk about influence. So she's going to talk about the influence of adults and teens and children of product placement, but she's going to have to talk about it in terms of the venues. Which ones affect others most? Maybe for adults, it's more TV and movies, and for children, maybe more of that is going to be video games. So you'll notice in the outline that she has made, she's gotten her ideas in order. It's going to help her understand how she's going to organize this paper, but it doesn't have to be a rigid paragraph by paragraph type of outline. This one is more of an idea outline to get Beth going.